And we got a question right now about the Marvel films and the next entry into the $1 billion club. Check it out.
Hey, John and crew, Carson here. I was just thinking that it's been a while since an MCU movie has hit $1 billion at the box office. Sure, Spider-Man No Way Home did, but that was over a year ago. So what do you think will be the next big MCU movie to hit $1 billion at the box office? Thanks, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for calling that in. You know, we were talking about this the other day about the fact that when you look at Marvel, they achieved a level of success that has been absolutely, fundamentally unprecedented in the world of film. They got to a point where obviously not every one of the Marvel films was $1 billion film, but they did get to a point where if you averaged out the number of films they had with the total box office, all the films together as made, they got to a point where an MCU movie were averaging over $1 billion a film. Think about that. That's insane. That when you added up all the money they made, divided it by the number of films they had, Marvel films were averaging $1 billion a film. I don't know that's ever going to happen again. I really don't know that's ever going to happen again with any franchise that goes over 2 or 3 films. I just don't know that it can happen again. But that being said, it's now been a while. We've seen a decline. Now, obviously, we had the pandemic, which was a big impact on the MCU and all the movie industry. Obviously, that is the case. But we had Spider-Man No Way Home, which became one of the biggest movies of all time, $1.9 billion. One of the biggest films in cinematic history. But other than that one, it's been a beat since we've had $1 billion film. I mean, Eternals certainly wasn't $1 billion film. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was not $1 billion film. Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, while it got close, it got north of 900 million, but it did not hit the $1 billion mark. Thor: Love and Thunder fell well short of the $1 billion mark. And by the way, the $1 billion mark is not the line you got to cross to be considered successful.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2 made tons of money. Thor: Love and Thunder made tons of money. But, and I'm going to go out, look, I know that this is going to be an unpopular opinion, all right? But I'm going to go way out on a limb here. Ant-Man 3 will not make $1 billion.
I'm out.
I know that's a wild prediction, but I will go out on that limb and predict that Ant-Man will not make $1 billion. So it's been a while. So the question becomes, well, what is the next one going to be? Okay, there's a few films here we should look at. Let's jump over to the Campea Classroom here for a moment here. All right, if we're looking at the $1 billion club, these are the films that we have coming up prior to Avengers Kang Dynasty. Because obviously, the Avengers movies, unless something really goes south with the MCU between now and when the Avengers movies comes out, the Avengers movies are going to make $1 billion. So what about the ones that are coming out prior to those Avengers movies? All right. So we have Guardians 3, The Marvels, Captain America New World Order, Thunderbolts, Blade, Deadpool 3, and Fantastic Four. Now, am I missing any? If I'm missing any, keep an eye on the live chat. If I'm missing any guys in the live chat, go ahead and jump down the live chat and let me know. But I think these are the films they got scheduled to come out prior to the next Avengers movie. All right. I'm going to say Captain America New World Order will not make $1 billion. So I'm going to take that one out. I love Anthony Mackie. I think that movie has the potential to be really great. But this character had a TV show. Mm-hmm. And I still think there's going to be a lot of people who think Steve Rogers is Captain America. This is something different. So now you don't have Steve Rogers in the movie. You don't have Chris Evans in the movie. I'm not saying that means the movie's going to flop. Not at all. I think it's going to be a successful film, and I think Anthony Mackie's going to kill it. But I think you can take it out of the running for $1 billion film. By the way, I didn't think the first Jason Momoa Aquaman movie was going to make $1 billion either. Most people didn't, and it did. So obviously the potential is still there, but for now I'm going to take that one off the list. All right. Thunderbolts, I'm also taking off the list. And I think that movie's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be successful. But you're talking about a movie made up of The Leftovers. Mm-hmm. You're talking about Black Widow's secondary character and third level character. You're talking about Captain America's secondary character. You're talking about Ant-Man 2's villain. You're talking about, so while I think this movie is going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be great, and I think it will succeed, I don't think it's really in the running to be $1 billion film.
I will personally take that movie to $1 billion if the Century is in it.
Oh, that's right, because there was that rumor came out that the Century might be in it.
I'm not financial. That's not financially possible.
I just don't see how you look at those characters and then put a Century in there. But hey, listen, it turns out, never know. All right, so that leaves us with a few others. All right, I'm going to take Blade out of the equation. It's a brand new franchise that's going to be in there. Again, with Mahershala Ali, two-time Academy Award-winning actor Mahershala Ali. I think it's got great potential to be successful. But again, first one, don't think it'll hit $1 billion. Second one, we'll talk about that later. All right, that leaves us with 4. I'm going to take Fantastic Four out. Listen, I get it. Hardcore movie fans have been waiting for a good iteration of Fantastic Four for a long time. I get it. But it is not the hardcore fans who make $1 billion film. It is the average film goers that take a movie to $1 billion. And average film goers for 20 years have seen a lot of crap of Fantastic Four. And let's not forget, nobody even read the Fantastic Four comic anymore. Like, it got canceled. We talked about that a few weeks ago. So while I think this movie is going to be met with a lot of excitement from the hardcore fans, hopefully it's going to be completely awesome. We got Matt Shakman that's going to be directing it. That's terrific. You know, once we see John Krasinski officially announced as Reed Richards, which, by the way, I'm not breaking that news. I don't know if he is or not. We're just all guessing. I think it'd be great. But again, we're going to need a first movie to come out, and for that first movie to be incredibly awesome, then the second movie could be $1 billion film, but I don't think it's going to be that. All right. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. That brings us down to the last 3. Guardians, The Marvels, Deadpool 3. Guardians is $1 billion franchise. The Marvels is $1 billion franchise. Deadpool 3 has never been $1 billion franchise. I can tell you right now, Deadpool 3 will absolutely cross the $1 billion.
That's the sure shot.
That is 100%.
100.
Actually, Jonathan, can you put up a poll in the live, or one of you guys put up a poll in the live chat? Will Deadpool 3 hit $1 billion? I'm just curious to see if anybody out there does not think that Deadpool 3 is going to hit $1 billion. Because to me, that is an absolute. Are you kidding me? First of all, the franchise was already super successful with just Ryan Reynolds. Everybody has been waiting for Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to do something together. You got Hugh Jackman, who, listen, there are 2 guys. There's Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark, and there's Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. Right. That's it. Those are the 2 de facto guys that were born to play their roles. I would also throw in Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool in there as well. But you got him coming back for it, and now Deadpool is in the MCU. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? That movie's going to be $1 billion. But will it be the first $1 billion film for Marvel since Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm going to say no. I think one of these 2 will also do it. And listen, I'm going to say something that might be considered a little bit out there. Do not sleep on the Marvels. Do not sleep on this movie. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you or guaranteeing you that the Marvels will hit $1 billion like Deadpool 3 will. I'm not saying that. But if you don't think that the Marvels has a chance to hit $1 billion, you're a special kind of crazy. It's got a very legitimate chance. The first one made $1 billion. I don't care what anybody says. Ms. Marvel is the second best thing that Disney Plus has had on their network, other than WandaVision. I am telling you, this one has a shot at $1 billion. Yeah, Ray.
I just want to throw in my 2 cents here.
1.1.
With the Marvels movie, I think it all depends on what the heck they're going to be fighting. The stakes of that movie, because as far as we know, Carol Danvers can take care of anything. So if the threat is real and it plays out like in like a good movie, movie, I mean that's.
But that's the de facto thing with all these movies, right? Like, it depends on if it's good. Like, if Deadpool 3 comes out and the early word from all the audiences and all the critics is that's a total bag of crap,
Right.
then it may not hit $1 billion. Obviously, all this is predicated on if the movie's really good.
But how come I feel that way with the Marvels and like saying that, oh, what they're fighting will be huge when Deadpool 3, we don't even know what they're fighting, and I'm like, that's $1 billion.
Because you're going for them.
Because
You're
Hugh
going for the
Jackman and
hero.
Ryan Reynolds,
right,
and you got a more established character,
right.
and all
people
that
are
kind of stuff,
thinking
yeah.
this is the entrance of the X-Men into the Marvel universe. It's got a lot of crossover, power.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. So I am not going to count it out, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think the first movie that's going to hit $1 billion is Guardians 3.
Yeah.
I think Guardians 3 will cross $1 billion. Now, again, this is all predicated on the movie being really good, but that trailer was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is, you know how many conversations I've had with people already saying, if something happens to Rocket, I'm going to cry.
Oh,
Ray, I was with Ray yesterday. He's like, I don't know, man. They showed Baby Rocket, and I don't know if I can handle it emotionally.
I can't handle it. There's going to be $1 billion from this movie and 1 billion tears, I think.
And 1 billion tears.
Because I think this might be, we're saying goodbye to a couple folks in this movie, and I hate to say it.
No doubt. I mean, we've already had James Gunn say this is going to be the last hurrah of this collection of Guardians. Right. So,
and this is James Gunn's last work
with Marvel
on it, so it won't be. He wouldn't take the helm on a fourth.
Nope, he's running DC now.
Yeah, and we already know that Drax is gone. I mean, we don't know what happens to his character, but we know the actor's gone.
All right, by the way, let's go over and look at this poll. We asked, will Deadpool 3 hit $1 billion? And I'll tell you what, not as many people think that it will as I thought they would. 79% now. We got over 1,000 votes. 79% of people think it will, but a full 21% of people don't think it will.
I mean, that still gets you in the White House, though.
That's still, yes, it does.
Okay, I will say this. There's a lot of gruesomeness to Deadpool, right? If they bring that there might not be for everybody.
It's R-rated.
I could see that could be a factor.
It's R-rated. Yep.
That could be a factor. Me, as much as I loved both Deadpool movies, I never felt like I needed to go back and watch either one.
Really?
Strange, right?
I've watched both of them like a dozen
times. And I love those
times.
movies. I just think it was like, I took it all in the first time, and that's all I needed.
Right.
To see of it.
But no, that's a good point. The R-rated factor of Deadpool 3 will play a factor. I mean, I still think it gets to $1 billion. Like, I think it gets to $1 billion easy. As long as the movie doesn't suck, that movie gets to $1 billion. Anyway, guys, question is for you. I'm calling it out. I think there are going to be 3 possibilities of upcoming Marvel movies that have the chance to get to $1 billion. That's Guardians 3, The Marvels, and obviously Deadpool 3. But I think the first one that's going to do it will be Guardians 3. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.